Okay, so if you're going to embrace digital marketing, the first thing I think you need to do, is to get Google Analytics and Google My Business set up on your website, or in your whatever country you may be in. So if you're in China, do Baidu. If you're in Russia, do Yandex. Choose a measurement system and get it set up with one of the search engines. That's really important because you need to make sure that you know where you're at, where your traffic's coming from, and how many are coming, because that sets the benchmark, and then we know how to grow and improve. When you're using those tools, the metrics that you really need to look at are dwell time, or time on page, and the sources, so where that traffic's coming from. So you can see what sources, so whether it's Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever it may be, what is working best for you, and the dwell time, so the time on site. That's really important. There's also another metric called bounce rate, which is almost a bit of a vanity metric. You used to have people used to say if you had a high bounce rate, it was a negative thing. However, if you've got a high bounce rate and a high dwell time, that's a real positive thing, so it doesn't matter. So step 2, and this is the really important one, is know your buyer personas. You really need to understand your audience. Stop thinking about what you want, how you want your website to look, what content you think they need, and ask them directly. So create buyer personas, use HubSpot to help you decide or to define what they are. So buyer personas is basically a characterization of your perfect customers. Also create a negative buyer persona, because that helps you get rid of content or get rid of the people that you don't want on your website, and create journeys so that they're not inundating you with irrelevant content. And the third tip, be relevant. So when you're writing content, if you're doing a blog post, for example, don't do top destinations in Europe. Do top incentive travel destinations in Europe. Tell Google what you mean. Tell your audience what you mean. Otherwise, you will start to get traffic for irrelevant things like the leisure market or wherever it may be. Be really specific with the content that you need. And sometimes it can sound like very basic, or it can you think it's too much, but it doesn't matter. You need to be really specific. It's a tagging system. So the internet, social media, everything, your website, it's a library. You need to be very clear with your tagging and your titles.